It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Unless you're in itchy and you have fur coats. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Tiffany Unpacks in Oregon. Not really. This is not that episode. No more. Maybe some more later. I've got some surprises planned. Anyway, that is not what this video is about. Today's video is a Newsday Tuesday video. What? And it's actually a Tuesday, and there might actually be some news in this video. We'll find out. Actually, there will be, because I have the announcement of the Burgoo winners. So a while ago on episode 18 of Tiffany Unpacks in Oregon, I announced that I would be doing a Burgoo giveaway for some people, and so I just did a random thing, and the winners of the copies of Burgoo, which is one of Tasty Menstrual's micro game lines. We have Joseph Bosworth, David Rollins, and Jerome Bartholomew. I can't read my own handwriting. Bartholomew. Congratulations! You all won a copy of Burgoo. I will mention that on the video where you all left comments, and then if you just send me an email at TheOneTAR.giveaway@gmail.com with your shipping address and that kind of stuff, I can mail those to you, and I might even be able to mail those to you today, depending, maybe. Another bit of news is I'm going on vacation. So my mom is currently in town. She's like in the apartment someplace, but so my mom flew into town, and together we are going to go on an epic adventure vacation. We have been saving and planning for this vacation for like 4 years now, and it's finally happening. We are going on a cruise to Alaska, or yeah, no, we're flying to Alaska, and then we're doing the cruise from Alaska down. So yeah, it's a 7-day cruise. We're really excited. This is my first ever cruise. I've been saving for this for a really long time. Super excited. Hopefully I'll record some really good reviews and stuff for you while I'm gone. So yes, that is the news, is I'm going on vacation, which means that there will be very few videos from me on this channel over the next like 2.5, 3-ish weeks. But I do have some guest videos lined up, so the content on my channel will continue to be rolling out. I also have a review that I have made and polished off, and it'll be showing up on the channel. And then if I manage to finish editing some cool video that I have, it'll show up randomly on this channel. So while I'm on vacation, but just some sneak peeks. We have some videos from Tony Miller, who is Bearded Rogue Games on Twitter, and Tony talks about some of his favorite games and some games he really likes and why he likes them. And the really cool thing is Tony has very different tastes in board games, so he mentions some games that I probably won't ever play. So that could be interesting. We also have a video from Scott King. Scott King is a photographer, and he is probably best known for his gaming calendar, where he does an annual calendar that he puts out that features a bunch of board game images. And yeah, he actually is running the Kickstarter right now for the 2016 version of his calendar, but he did a guest video for us on how to take better pictures of your board games with your cell phone. So it's a really helpful, informative video, and I am looking forward to sharing that with you all. I've already taken those tips to heart and have been practicing them. So there you go, that's all the Newsday Tuesday news for today in this video, but we're gonna do some more stuff. So I promised the Tiffany Unpacks in Oregon series that I would do kind of a shelf tour. So this is what this video is gonna be. It's gonna be a shelf tour now. So behind us, we have 2 of our shelves. So these are Bestias from IKEA. The reason we like these is because they are, if I can remember my measurements, I believe they are 15 3/4 inch deep, which means they are just as deep as the Expedites. The difference is the Expedite or Calyx. The difference is that they have a back on the back, so I can't just like push them all through. And they're 21 inches wide, I believe, 21 and I like had all these measurements written out in my brain. And they have adjustable shelves. So these are the 75-inch tall shelves, but they come in 25-inch shelves and then 50-inch shelves, like bookcases, and then apparently my mom is now taking a shower. But the reason that we really wanted these instead of Collapse or Expedites is because the shelves are adjustable. So we actually, I guess in this shot it looks like they're all the same height, but yeah, so these two shelves are the same height for these games. You can notice these shelves are deep enough that like this is the base copy of Eclipse, and it fits up really nice. For another measurement is this is Lords of Waterdeep. Lords of Waterdeep fits exactly on this shelf, like it's flush. Eclipse hangs over about like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So I really wanted shelves that were deep so we didn't have a lot of overhang and we could be more, not frugal, but we could be more smart about our spacing solution by having shelves different spaces. So for example, these shelves down here, I've resized so that these games can go on their side, and then we have a shelf that's like the square game boxes, and then we have a shelf for the smaller game boxes. Steve has grouped all of his war games into 2 shelves very conveniently for us, and then we have a few more shelves of that size. So yeah, these are our heavier, I think this is our heavier game selection. There are some heavier titles on the other side, but this is that one. And then we have these giant foam dice that I bought at Starfest. No, I bought these at KublaCon, and I like them for keeping life counters, and they're just fun for games where you need some dice randomly. But they're also nice. They're also nice, just like random decorations. So yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, so now we're in the other corner of our game shelf, and this is our 3rd large Bestia that we have. This is another 75 by 21 inch deep, whatever. So, no, 15 inch deep, 21 inches wide, 75 inches tall. So this is another one where we have things falling. So this is our 3rd big shelf of games, and so this one we have a lot more. These are our smaller titles, and I don't mean smaller as in like small box games, those are behind me, but these are more of our rectangular titles. So we have like the bookcase size ones, Castles of Burgundy, we have Puerto Rico right here. This is like Felled Isle. So we have Aquasphere, Levicio, Rialto, Trajan, and then we have Tammany Hall, which is obviously not filled. But and then up here we have our heavier hitters that also fit the format. So we have our copy of Caverna up here. So yeah, this is more of the stuff where we could fit more games on these shelves by taking advantage of the fact that the shelves are adjustable and making them so we're storing the book size shaped games, not like books. I mean, we still store all our games vertically, but like not books, but like we store them in slots. The reason we store our games vertically is, one, to reduce on box stress. When you have a lot of games and you're storing them where you stack them on top of each other, if you get really big stacks, you can actually have box lid stress where the boxes on the bottom will start to show some stress and some wrinkles in their stuff, which we don't want. Also, this is more space efficient to store games on their sides. It's prettier, it's reminiscent of books, we really like it. And we're for games that really require like a lot of components, stuff like that, we either use bags or inserts, either the broken token inserts or plastic baggies or the Plano boxes. So yeah, all of our games are pretty well, once we crack them open for the first time, we make them so that they're nice and like organized and stuff, so having them on their shelves won't lead to complete chaos. Yeah, this shelf right here is an interesting one. The Bestia shelves, you can actually put, because they're meant to be like entertainment center shelves, you can put another shelf. So there's this big bottom one down here, which you can't see, which these games are resting on. And then there's a second shelf right here that is just a 7-inch deep shelf, and we use that to store all of our smaller form box games. So let me see if I can expose the shelf for you. Can you see? Yeah, so you can see the shelf is like recessed and in there, but it works really well. The shelf's like hidden, so the games are magically floating. Oh, that like barely fits there. But it's a great solution for those small box game shelves, because they're now on a nice shelf, and then, yeah. And then this is where we store our bowls for our board game bits. We also have cups. So yeah, and then over here, this is our small games shelf, and I love it. So this is actually 3 of the Besta, I think these are meant for like DVD or CD storage. So these are 7 inches deep, or I think they're actually 8 inches deep, really, but the shelves are 7.5 inches, but they're still 21 inches wide. This is 3 of the 24 units stacked on top of each other, and it's also slightly precarious. It's not earthquake safe at all. So these also have adjustable shelves, so we have adjusted these shelves accordingly. So this shelf is the shelf that we have our smaller box games like Chrononauts Diner, those kind of games. They fit really well. And then on the shelf below we have, you know, like our this is Cockroach Poker, and then we have Pick-a-Bog. That kind of stuff is down here. And then if we go one shelf further, we have the titles like Biblios and stuff like that. So these are our smaller box games storage solution, and we actually really like it because it gets them out and displayed just like your bigger titles, but it doesn't take up nearly as much room, and the math worked out on this corner wall that like this plus this fits exactly in this corner, so it's amazing. We do have, whoa, cards falling. We do have some dead space back there in the corner, but whatever. As long as the cat doesn't get back there, it's fine. That's our board game shelf. I'm like trying not to step on a copy of Dixit on the floor. But so there you go. Those are our board game shelf solution storage things. These are the shelves that contain all of our board games minus the very small stack on the table. I hope you enjoyed this tour of our board game shelf solution. I really like the Bestias. That's the one we went with, and yeah, there you go. If you like this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe. And I hope that you all enjoyed this week of guest content and pre-recorded and uploaded scheduled content that I did for you. And I am going to go sit on a cruise boat and work on my suntan. Oh yeah. Alright, I have to go show my mom parts of Portland and be tourists with her because Portland! If you want that new theme song for an episode of Portlandia, let me know.